that confident that I get into the trade here. Stop loss above the high, 1.5 pip stop loss. I leave 0.2 pipettes for spread. And I'm looking to target initially this leg here, the push that created the inducement, because it's the leg that created the inducement, but also it also created beautiful equal lows as well. So that there 6R, I want to take 50% of my position off here if it's a winning trade. And then I would want to target, for me, this low down here for 13R. Go on to the 30-second time frame. Let's see what price does. We'll press play. Do small stop losses work? That's my question for you today. And today I actually want to break every single limiting belief that you may have right now about the financial markets. And not just about the financial markets, but limiting beliefs that you have about what you can achieve in the financial markets. So if you don't know, my name is Roms, funded trader and educator. So I've been sharing my journey and sharing and teaching online for a little while now. But I came across a video from quite a well-known trading influencer, and he said that small stop losses don't work. For those of you that watch my channel or you've been tuning into my trade breakdowns and my education for a little while now, you already know that my answer. You already know what my answer to that statement would be, because I've displayed my proficiency. I've displayed, the way the market works plenty of times, the way that I trade the financial markets, and the way that I trade is with small stop losses. So, but it's not really about that statement that I want to address today. What I want to address today is you. What I want to address today is, what do you believe about the financial markets? And what do you believe that you can achieve in the financial markets? Because thankfully for me, I'm at a place where I have my trading strategy. I have my trading system. I have my trading model that I teach others. And I know how I approach the market. So I know what works in the market for me and what doesn't work for me. But my issue is that those of you that are coming along in this trading journey, trying to find profitability still, you've got so much different noise come from different places online. You've got an overwhelm of content on YouTube. You've got an overwhelm of content on social media, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on TikTok or wherever else. And you're being fed these different beliefs about the market. You're being fed about these different philosophies about the market, which will just bring you confusion over time. And this is something that I need you to understand. You need to understand that it's not about the market, but it's about you. What are you going to choose to believe? If you're someone that wants to trade on the smaller time frames, that wants to trade on the 1 minute time frame, you want to trade with smaller stop losses, and you want to have high risk to reward trades on a daily basis. When I say that, I don't necessarily mean 1 to 10s every day, but I might mean you're regularly catching 1 to 5s on a regular basis. So it gives you that high risk to reward, and then sometimes maybe you'll catch a 1 to 10 or 1 to 15. But maybe you're someone that doesn't want to catch the 1 to 1 risk to reward ratio trades, or the 1 to 2, but you want to catch 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5s regularly. But if you're someone that listens to these other traders that they have their beliefs about the market, I'm not saying that their beliefs are wrong, but I'm not saying that their beliefs are right either. What I don't try and do on social media, or what I don't try and do online, is try and look at other people's strategies and talk down on them and say that they don't work, because people make money in the markets in all sorts of ways. There's different strategies. There's different time frames that people trade on. Some people swing trade. Some people trade, short-term trade. Some people just scalp. There's different ways to approach the market, but it's not about everybody else. It's about what do you want to do. And if you decide that you want to swing trade, for example, but you want to listen to someone like myself who doesn't swing trade, who trades mainly on the intraday or on the short-term time frames, then if I was to be a person that talks down on swing trading, you're going to believe that you can't be a swing trader. And that isn't true. And the opposite still exists as well. The opposite is true too. If you listen to other people that say you can't scalp, scalpers aren't profitable, you can't trade on the intraday time frame, you can't get in and out on the same day and expect to catch 1 to 5s on a regular basis, if you listen to those individuals too, you would then believe that you can't achieve that. So my question is, what do you believe? I'm hoping that you believe, if you're someone that wants to trade on the intraday time frames, if you're someone that wants to trade on the smaller time frames, you want to be in and out of the trade within a session or within a day, then I'm hoping that you can see from the evidence that I provide in my channel and others that it's possible. That it's possible to take trades with a 2-pip stop loss. And you're not forcing the stop loss size, you're just trading based on what price is giving you. The trade I'm about to show you today isn't gonna be a trade that I forced. I didn't force the 1.5 pip stop loss. I just traded with what price gave me. And in this instance, it was a 1.5 pip stop loss based on my rules. Sometimes it's gonna be 5 pip stop loss. And that's okay. But I want you to really, really, really dig deep and really understand that so much of what you've been fed about the markets is a lie. And you've decided to believe the lie, hence why you're not putting your effort, you're not going all in on the way you want to trade. Because the way you want to trade is possible. I truly believe that the way you want to trade is possible, but you have to believe it. Because if you don't believe, you're not going to put in the work to get the results. Because the belief comes first. You have to believe in order to actually do the work. Example, if I did not believe that I could achieve being a profitable trader, being a funded trader, being someone that makes profit regularly from the market, trading on the 1 minute time frame, then I wouldn't have put in the hours, the thousands of hours that I've taken to get to this point where I can do this. I wouldn't have believed it. I would have been working half-heartedly. I would have been maybe gone from strategy to strategy, thinking maybe I have to enter on the 15-minute time frame. Maybe even I have to enter on the 1 hour time frame because I can't be profitable trading on the 1 minute. But you can, and I can, and I am. But that's because I believed first. And what I'm hoping is that my content, my trading journey, my trade breakdowns gives you that belief. Gives you the belief to show you what's possible. Gives you the belief to make you realize that you can achieve insane things in these markets. It just takes an obscene amount of work. But please believe that today. And let's get into the trade breakdown right now. AUD USD. So here we have AUD USD on the 4 hour time frame, Monday 28th of July. I've started on a 4 hour time frame just to give you context as to what's taking place. It's kind of irrelevant what's happening, if I'm honest, over here. But I'm still going to quickly cover. You can see here, I've marked it up really quickly. You can see you've got a bullish channel, inducement. You had another build up. Price came down, created equal lows, moved higher, beautiful, took out the highs, leaving the equal lows left to be induced, clearly, blatantly left on purpose, induced, equal lows induced. Then we had a bullish move higher, taken out again this build up here, and then now price has reversed and is coming lower at the time. So if I go on a 1 hour time frame, I can show you what I was looking at, because what I was looking at was what price was doing and where price wanted to go. So I've seen that price had given a inducement of this high, all right, and then price had reversed. And internally here, you can see here that price had created build-ups internally and gave it a inducement of these build-ups. So it's induced higher to go lower. So I always say, right, price needs to induce higher to go lower. But for me, the actual target, once this inducement took place and the reversal was confirmed, for me, the main, say, structural point target is this one down here. So because this hadn't been hit yet, I knew I had this as my next target. Meaning that even though, this low had been taken out, even though you had this internal low had been taken out, it's all well and good and it's cool, but I knew that there was still further to go. And of course, you can see here the intent from price, aggressive move lower. Although some people may mistaken this for the inducement, and it isn't. This is, you could say it is to a degree, because it's going lower to the induced structural point, to then retrace, but then to potentially go lower again. So this was my target though. All right. Now going to the 5 minute. And what I've done is I've played it up until the start of New York Open. Say during London, price gave a nice little what am I saying? So a nice little cycle, sorry, here. Create the cycle in 1 minute. I'll quickly show you guys. Make it clear. So easily, the price came down, created. So this would be much clearer on the even smaller time frames. Came down, induced lower, cool, then went higher, and as it did that, created a build up, and then induced higher, tapped into this inducement high as well. Beautiful. Price then moved down, and as price came down, okay, gave a nice relative break of structure. Price then moved higher. So it came down first, went higher slightly, then went lower, and then as it moved higher, it tapped into on again lower time frame, or even clearer on the seconds, but I'm not going to do that for this video. And you can see here, price mitigated the inducement high, but as it was doing that, it also was creating a nice build up. Hence the response, order flow mitigation, and then price went down during London. All right. So we're now at this point during New York Open. And what was I seeing? So first things first, I'm seeing here that internally, yes, we've got these little, you could say inducements here. So that a structural point is induced. Our price has created equal lows here. Here we go, equal lows here. Price has also then come down and induced all of these lows, and as price does that, it reverses and it creates starts creating a nice build up at this point, right? So I'm seeing this, I'm like, cool, this is cool and everything, but this is no mark of a complete reversal. This is just a retracement, and for me, all price was doing was bringing in buyers, creating a build up of buyers at this point, right? So as price did that, I'm like, okay, if I believe that this is a build up, where would I like price to reverse from? What do I always say? Price must induce higher to go lower. So as I was looking at this, I'm like, okay, I've seen this to the left, and I've said, this is nice. This is a build up. I want to see this build up taken out. And once it does that, if it gives me my trading, if it gives me my entry model within my timing window, I'm taking the trade. I didn't expect price to come all the way up here to the left, up here. It makes no sense. I expected to just take out the liquidity here and then attack this build up down here. So this is the start of New York Open. I press play. You can see here, price plays around a little bit. Okay, cool. So what does it do here? This is actually really clean. First things first, equal highs here. And again, you've got relatively equal highs, but most importantly, what has it got? A nice build up. All right, nice build up. Price then induces lower, takes out that build up to then go higher. So this is where I gets interesting, because this now my timing window is perfect. It's New York trap. I press play. Okay, let me go back for a second. I'm going to the lower time frame. I'm going to 15-second time frame. Maybe the 30. Let me not be extra. Cool. So as price induces lower, price then moves higher aggressively, right? So this now shows the intent and the aggression. This is obviously on purpose, right? This is to bring in buyers, get people excited, buyers excited, bring them in, taking out a structural point to think people, the breakout traders, once this range is breaking out, will be entering their trades, etc. But I was looking for it to just take out that high, and once it did that, I was waiting for an entry model. I press play. Cool. So now price has beautifully taken out the high, almost to the T, and he's given us, you see the thick volume candle, and then the reversal thick volume candle, bearish candle. I see that, and I'm like, okay, that is what I like to see. If you go on the 5 minute as well, you can see here, look at these thick vector candles showing the volume candles showing the aggression. For some people, this would be scary to be trading against this, but this is exactly what I look for to trade against the other direction. So I see this now, and at this point, as prices trading away, I get into the trade. I'm that confident that I get into the trade here. Stop loss above the high, 1.5 pip stop loss. I leave 0.2 pipettes for spread. And I'm looking to target initially this leg here, the push that created the inducement, because it's the leg that created the inducement, but also it also created beautiful equal lows as well. So that there's 6R. I want to take 50% of my position off here if it's a winning trade. And then I would want to target, for me, this low down here for 13R. Gone to the 30-second time frame. Let's see what price does. We'll press play. Cool. So price comes lower. You can say it gives us a nice relative break of structure here, and then comes higher. It actually induces these internal highs, which is clearer on the say 15 seconds and 5 seconds. You can check it for yourself if you want to. Then I want to back to the 1 minute time frame. Press play. This is actually one of the beautiful trades where you don't have to wait around too long. It just moves away. Down here now, once we get to the equal lows, I take partials. I take 50% off here. And then I wait for price to then hit the low. Rest of his position comes off down here. Easy as that. Price does retrace slightly. And what does it do? It retraces to then, all it's doing is creating a build up to then come down again and take out those lows. Simple as that, right? But my move, this is here, 1.5 pip stop loss, 13R trade, 50% at 5R, 6R, rest of it at 13R. Small stop losses do work if you do know what you're doing. Why not take the time out to watch another one of my trading videos? Continue to work hard. God bless, take care, and I'll catch you soon.